Hello everybody, this is Granddaddy Pendragon, and I'll give you three guesses which doll we're going to be looking at today. And the first two don't count. That's right, we are looking at the big mamma jamma of M3GAN dolls, the NECA full-size, one-to-one scale version of the Model 3 generative android, aka M3GAN. Now, when I display her, I like to display her with the sunglasses on, but let's take them off and we will look at her face and her eyes and hair more closely. This is what her face looks like. All in all, not bad. Uh, Pretty close, but as I've said in other videos, it always seems like the manufacturers have a hard time nailing M3GAN's face. I don't know why. I see, again, independent artists who make replicas of M3GAN, and they do a terrific job. They get that face spot on. So why a large corporation can't do it, I don't know. But it's not a terrible face. I can live with it. But let's notice the specifics. The hair is very nice. It's supposedly, according to the NECA website, it is actually modeled on a swath of the actual M3GAN's hair from the movies, so it can be matched exactly in color. The eyes are movable, so you can take your finger and move them however you so choose. Let's see if I can get them back. Well, it's still a little wonky. There we go. She has eyelashes that look pretty nice, and like I say, not a bad face. Let's take a look now at her clothing. The clothing is very screen accurate. In fact, the material that's used in her dress is based upon the material that was used for the doll in the movie. She has the beige dress, the tan dress. She's got the bow tie. You can't really see it too well. I'm standing her up in the chair. And she has the striped long sleeves here. And she's got on the white stockings. Let's take now a quick look at her shoes. Her shoes are very nice. They have straps, they have heels, they're very high quality, very shiny, real shoes. So they're pretty cool. This M3GAN doll is very articulated. You can move her head in any number of directions. You can tilt it and so forth. Her arm and legs are, I'm going to pull her sleeve up a little bit so you can see, but there's a kind of a foam rubber, and inside the rubber is a wire armature which allows then the arm to be bent, and her wrists have a certain amount of flexion. You can move those around in any number of ways. She can stand, although they advise not to leave her in a standing position for too long, because this is a common problem when you have dolls or figures with armature, even with titanium armature, is that the weight of the figure or the doll will a lot of times cause the armature to kind of warp, and it might damage the doll's limbs. But you can pose her, and you can stand her up if you want to, like, take pictures of her and so forth. But I wouldn't recommend, leaving her in that position. When I display her, I usually have her sitting in a soft chair. I find that works the best, at least for me. Like I say, when I display her, I like to display her with these screen accurate sunglasses. Now, they don't come with the doll, so you would have to get those separately. But I think they add a certain realistic look to her. I know when people see her seated in a chair with the sunglasses on, many times they're startled and they think it's actually a real person sitting there. So I think she's a pretty cool doll. Uh, she retails for around $500. I think on the NECA site they take a penny off to make it, look cheaper, like $499 or something like that. It's funny how companies do that. Like, oh yeah, we're going to take a penny off, and now you'll think you're getting her, at a super price. But you can figure that for a retail price. If you buy her on the secondary market, of course, she goes for much higher. I've seen her pretty close to, like $800 to $1,000. So I would buy her from NECA unless you can find a seller that sells her at a reduced price. I lucked out and I found a seller that actually sold her, as I recall, for under the retail price. So I was glad about that. But this is the NECA one-to-one size replica of M3GAN. And it's a funny thing. I don't remember seeing this knife here before. Must be a coincidence, I guess. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Tune in next time, and we will be looking at other creepy dolls, living dead dolls, and other horror-related dolls that hopefully will tantalize you. So, till then, take good care of yourselves, and we will see you later.